And we came upon this really distinct, iconic Japanese building that turned out to be this little confectionery shop called Torindo. And in the true minimalist Japanese tradition, it was just a couple of counters with like these really beautifully, highly curated things like dried fruits and candies. And one of the things they had were these things called Kohakutou, and to this day I don't know if I'm properly saying it, but basically what they are alcohol and tea infused bites, soft candies. And I brought home a bag. I said, you know, this would be great to give as a gift to Jeff. Jeff is my mixologist.
It's a very versatile
really,
medium to work in, so you can cut it,
the bar program and
pour it
how
really
we
thin
it,
and cut out really thin.
Our capabilities. And I gave it to him as a gift. And then I'm back for about a month, and we started talking about what are we going to do next.
So I think like the primary, the first time we approached this as an idea was when Pantone approached us to do color match for the Pantone Color of the Year. And so for this year, it was Cloud Dancer. So we came up with the sake and ume plum that kind of mimicked that color. But they also, when they saw it, they got very excited and said, what can you do to do the past colors? And that was mocha mousse, peach fuzz, and remember the fourth and red one? It was magenta, Viva Magenta. And so we started playing around. And so how did you come to?
Yeah, it was a little bit tricky because we tried to use only natural coloring for our candies, so that, you know, not introducing any false dyes, trying to really recreate the color just through natural ingredients. So, you know, when you think magenta, you think raspberries. We do incorporate liqueurs into these. I've found that it really helps them to set. I think the lower boiling point of the alcohol helps it evaporate out when you're cooking it all together, and allows it to set and crystallize easier.
Right.
So I thought, you know, raspberry, and we used some raspichello, some vodka, and a little bit of beet, and it got to that perfect magenta color. The coffee, the mocha, you know, it's in the name, so I decided to use a little bit of coffee liqueur. I roasted some coffee beans in the pan before I added my water and my coffee liqueur.
That's what you made your tea out of, coffee tea?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And then peach fuzz. I mean, really, they gave it to me in the names. Peach fuzz. It's right. Yeah. I went with a peach schnapps, some peach puree, gave it some white peach puree, gave it that really lovely peach color. And
the hardest one was probably Cloud Dancer.
Cloud Dancer, just because white is a color that's difficult to represent. They really came out very clear like these. So adding a little bit of that ume plum, the purple, actually ended up giving it a gray, cloudy whiteness to it once it cured.
Once it cured. So these are uncured. So once it cures, it looks more like this.
More like that.
So that's where you get the Cloud Dancer.
So there's really not any sort of tangible recipe that you can go online to find how to make these. It's a lot of like, I did this, I tried that. And so what we had to do is we had to do a lot of science behind it. And we realized that there's a certain amount of alcohol that has to go in this, certain amount of sugar, certain amount of agar, the combinations, try to kind of balance it out. And too acid, they don't form properly. Too much alkaline, and they taste off. So that was the first thing we had to overcome. And then we were able, as a matter of, once we've got that down, the sky was the limit. All bets are off. Sky was the limit. We could do whatever we wanted with these. We came up with an espresso martini, a last word, all cocktail-based ones, and then a lot of other ones that are just flavor-based. Making these teas like pomegranate and cinnamon, sake and ume plum liqueur. That's a really great one, and it's so beautiful, crystal. And what these things, what makes these so amazing is they look like crystals, and they're really beautiful. And then we started working with shapes, rocks, and then it just got out of hand after that. And we'll see that in a minute.
What else have you been working on?
Yeah, we've just been playing around with shapes. It's a very versatile medium to work in, so you can cut it. You can pour it really thin and cut out really thin shapes. We've got a rocket ship and a planet. You can cut it and cut bevels in there to make a little gem shape.
That's my favorite. This looks like a geode. And this is the original of what we originally started doing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry not to interrupt, but so it has a very firm shell, but it's really just a soft candy. So when you break them open, it's a little bit clearer. And yeah, it just looks like a geode, it looks like a crystal, and hence the name. Really fun. Sorry, go ahead.
Not at all. And then you can even do really fun stuff like roll it up, so you can cut it really thin into strips.
Dude, I can't
roll it.
I can't show that to the sales team, man. You got to hide that right now.
Oh, you think that's bad? I gave this to Danny in the warehouse, who is a great artist, and I gave him a big block of it and told him to sculpt me something, and he made a little model of the Empire State Building.
So what'd you do this today?
Yeah, he carved it out today in some of his free time. So
Can't let Mike and Tom see this. It's free time.
Yeah. It's free
Okay,
time.
that's fine. You can show Mike and Tom. So this is done today. So therefore, what's going to happen over the course of the next several days, as the temperature, it starts to crystallize
Yeah.
a little bit, and you'll end up getting the hardened look that the other ones have. And here's an example, I think, right? Is this an example of just taking the scraps and putting them together? And
Absolutely. The really cool thing about this is once you're finished cutting all the shapes out, all your waste, your scraps, these strips that I cut away, they have a very natural gem shape. So you can just kind of cluster them into these piles, and it looks like a natural gem cluster.
Awesome.
Cluster.
Outstanding.
Jeff just started making a bunch of stuff that I can't let the sales team see this. It's going to be just bad for us. But that's what the creative process is, right? It's how far can we go and what can we make this and where does it evolve to? And it really has been this small, tiny little Japanese candy has really energized the whole R&D process and made it so much fun.